I'm Allison Bernhart. I'm a photography student from Hallmark Insitute of Photography in Western Massachusetts.
Why are you here?
To look up rental studio, rental equipment for research for school. One of pretty well-known school for photography students.
It's like a photography conservatory.
Yeah, kind of in a way. We're out in the middle of nowhere. One of our teachers is Gregory Heisler. He shoots Time magazine covers. He's our artist in resident. He's so amazing.
How many students are there?
140.
Okay, so it's a small school.
Yeah, very small. David Turner, he used to do a lot of for Vogue, W magazine. He worked for Hearst. He was their in-house photographer. So we have a lot of teachers from all over the place.
Okay.
And what school was it again?
Hallmark Institute of Photography.
Where?
In Massachusetts. We're all set up into groups of 4. We have different fields of photography. Some people are researching wedding photographers. My group is researching rental studios and rental equipment. And so we kind of split that up into the 4 of us, 2 go over studios and 2 go over rental equipment. And we're all going away for Thanksgiving. I came to Chicago, some were going to Boston, someone was going to New York. So we're like, why don't we just, instead of staying in our area and just getting the same type of place, why don't we see how people are different with their pricing and what they offer, different areas.
The thing with us is, in starting up your own studio, we have all sorts of people that are coming and looking at the space, and it's very similar to the music industry, in that you can't just do one thing.
Yeah.
So for example, if you want to do, portraits, that's great, but you have to be able to accommodate other stuff. So when we did it, we have to think, okay, what's the broadest range of things we can do, and then which one can we make the most money with?
Yeah.
And that's who we want to book the most with.
Now, what made you guys decide to open a rental studio?
We had a wholesale silk flower shop in this location. And actually my dad was very into photography. And we ended up selling the business, and we just had all the space, and we thought, hey, let's try something new.
Yeah, I know, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's very, one of the best things to have, especially whenever you're not sure where you want to go for photographers and not being able to afford certain things.
When do you want to start working on your studio?
When I'm done with school. Probably, I graduated June 24th, and so anytime when I go back to Texas, I'll start. I have a client base already back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for portraits. My family's really involved in a couple of schools out there.
Okay.
And so, senior portraits, that's not the main thing I want to do. I want to get into wedding photography, but I also have some connections with a lot of wedding planners out there. So I feel like I can jump in.
Okay.
What are you going to call your business?
I have no idea yet. That's still in the air. It's jumped around probably 4 different times in the last year. But it's very fun, the school year. It's been great. It's probably one of the best.
Is it a 4-year program?
It's just a 10-month institution.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's in there and out, and they go over everything: photojournalism, wedding photography, commercial studio, portrait studio. Next week we're going to be flying in little planes doing aerial photography.
That's pretty cool.
When we go back to school. So it's either you make it or break it in the 10 months, and you know if you can go somewhere or not.
Yeah. Cool.
And another thing, destination weddings is a thing I want to get into.
Yeah.
Professional photographers, fashion shoots, a lot of product shots, stuff like that, advertisements. That's where we're hoping to get the long bookings. But still, if someone, we have someone who might come in this afternoon for 2 hours and do their senior shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to be more wedding, but it's I know I need to be more diverse. So it's senior pictures, family portraits, newborn shots, maternity shots, and just to be able to get that client or get that business that you need.
And what's really interesting is we've had a few professional photographers in here, and they all have their niche. That's how they started. One guy was Bosnian, I want to say, and there's a big Bosnian community in Chicago, and he caters to them because that's what he speaks the language, and that's what's interesting is in dealing with these people to see, okay, you have to have that initial group that you really identify. And like you said, you've already gotten in with a few wedding planners, which helps.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So do you guys have a pricing list or anything, or?
It depends.
It's actually on the website.
Okay.
It's on the website?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys charge more by the hour or say by the day?
We we prefer to book by the day,
by the day?
and that's the best pricing for the client.
Okay.
Like, if you book by the day, it depends on, you know, like I said, if you have to rent lighting equipment, if you want us to cater it for you, you know, what sort of extra amenities you need. But we also book, basically, I think 2 hours is the shortest.
Yeah, and by the half day, and then we also have discounts if you
Yeah.
rent on consecutive days.
Okay.
Yeah, and student rates. We
Yeah.
have
So the
student
other
rates
thing
too.
we're looking at, for example, is we've got a few universities around here and say, okay, you get 4 days a month at a discounted rate, but your club, photography club, is going to rent it 4 days a month.
Yeah.
So, but the minimum we have is 2 hours, just between setup, takedown.
Yeah, which seems like very short to getting everything set up. And, I mean, like, yeah, you can get in and shoot your pictures really fast, but it's that setting up and breaking everything down. Like, it's great. All of us students, we work in groups, and so, like, we can break things and set things up, like, 15 minutes. But if I'm by myself, I'm, like, in there for forever, wrapping cords, and setting up lighting.
And that's why we try and have everything already set up and ready for you. The other thing is, like, if it's a big shot, you can set up all this a weekend.
Yeah.
Because you can see that was,
Oh yeah, with our walls that we have, we actually, what they have is, we have the sheets come down, but we can't put anything on the floor. We can't pull anything down onto the floor because it ruins the paper and everything. So we have to actually like buy little rolls sometimes or use if there's extra ones, and that's what we use to cover everything, just because they don't want to ruin all the rolls of paper because it's a lot of money.
well, we have this guy, the automatic roll. It's totally worth it. Everything's automatic. We have, I think there's 75 feet of white paper there. So after, if we pull it down, like that's what all that was